Hello, people. What up, you savages? What is up, mother? What is up? It's one of the times of years where you can either say it's a great experience or it's a bad experience. And I'm going to break it down because some people are saying it's like this. Trevor, why would you say it's a bad time of year? Well, I'm going to have a swig of water for you hardworking people out there. And why I say for the hardworking man and women, drink a swig of water. It's because the reason why I say it's a hard time of year for a lot of people. You have some people who don't have family, don't have friends, don't have a girlfriend or a wife or a boyfriend or a husband. And they have no one to go to, no family to hang around. And one thing is, when you have family and friends, it's so common just to hang out and have fun. But I would want to say this. Why don't we do this 1 year instead of buying gifts to say, this year, 2016 Christmas, we're not going to buy gifts. We're going to sit back, just eat some dinner and talk and have a family get together, and that's it. We don't need gifts. But no, gifts actually make people depressed, make people feel bad because if they don't have money and they're going to this big family get-together, they're feeling bad because they're not contributing anything. And if all they do is bring over a bottle of beer or a case of beer and say, hey, I got some beer, they feel bad because you see the rest of the family buying you gifts or handing out gifts and you have nothing to give somebody. And everybody wants the latest and greatest, and especially kids, they don't understand that holidays are either really great, because you might be thinking you only got one gift, your holiday sucked. It's not about that, man. When you really look at it, some people out there are struggling, they can barely pay their rent, pay their bills, and you're over here talking about, I just spent $1,000 on toys. I would never spend that much money. I try to buy maybe 1 or 2 gifts for somebody, and that's about it. The older you get, the harder it is to buy for somebody. And this podcast is really personal because it is true. There are some things in life you cannot replace. So why not have fun with your friends and your family instead of worrying about, did you get a brand new TV or a brand new Xbox or a new guitar or whatever you're trying to get? Because I always say this, what I want, I'll buy myself. If I don't want it, I'm not buying it. You know, I think the more money you have, they say money doesn't buy happiness, but that is so a loaded question, because when you have enough money, you're buying stuff, you're living comfortably, you're paying your bills. When you don't have money or you're living paycheck to paycheck, you're struggling. And that's why this time of year, when you're struggling this time of year, the average person, when they're struggling, they don't want to go to these social events with their friends or these social events with their family. They don't want to go to these family get-togethers, these holiday family get-togethers, because they're not contributing anything. They're not giving their friends and family like gifts. And a lot of people are expecting to get like maybe 3 or 4 gifts, and when you show up and you basically have nothing, a lot of people look at you like, Trevor, you didn't buy me nothing? They're not going to really tell you that. Say, come out of the woodwork and like, oh shit, Trevor in a shitty job, he can't afford to buy me nothing. People are not going to be man enough to say that, but you know they really feel that deep down. I always say the holidays are about family and just chilling and having some good food and grubbing out. That's all it's about, baby. If your dumbass thinks it's all about getting a new Xbox or a new TV. I know that's what people like to talk about. You see it on Instagram the day after Christmas or that night. A lot of people on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, they'll post a lot of stuff about, this is what I got for Christmas. This is the kind of gifts I got. And I'm like, I got one gift and that's it. I'm grateful for the stuff that I get, but I'm grateful that I have a family that I can go over and hang out with. Like tonight, which is December 24th at 9:30 at night. I just got home pretty much before I got into the podcasting office, and we went to this neighborhood, and basically this neighborhood, it's near the intercoastal or the beach, like the ocean. It's near the Atlantic Ocean, and pretty much what they do is they light up the whole neighborhood, so it's like 3 blocks of houses on the houses with Christmas lights, and you have people handing out candy canes and just saying Happy Christmas, have a good holiday. And me personally, I'll say this, that to me means more to hear a stranger say have a great holiday, and especially what this neighborhood is. Like I said, you sit in your car and you kind of just go like coast around the neighborhood because you're not going fast enough to drive really, and it's this holiday cheer, and you're with your family, your niece, your nephew, and I was with my niece and nephew, and they were getting excited because my niece is 9 years old, and I have a twin niece and nephew that are just about to turn, I think, 2 years old, and they were both looking out the window, my niece and nephew that are twins, and they're like I said, they're about a year and 11 months or something, and they were looking out the window going, oh my God, look at the lights, because they're at that age where they're starting to learn how to talk. And it was more enjoyable to see them have a great time and enjoy themselves and get excited about Christmas before I did. They were like, oh, look. And it makes you more excited to see the kids happy over you, because I could tell like my older people, they were just like, yeah, look, you can tell by older people that they're not as enthusiastic to watch the Christmas lights or look at them as kids are. Holidays is all about family and the kids. I understand a lot of people want to buy gifts, but it's not about the gifts, it's about family. And I would recommend, and I would want to say this, how come or why don't people just say next year there is no Christmas holiday buying gifts? It's all about the eating and the food and hanging out with the family. That's what it should be. But I actually had a great time. Like I said, family time is the best time. I really, really enjoyed just sitting back, relaxing, and hanging out with the family. And yes, I'll say this. I did it the first time in like forever. I went to church. And you're like, oh my God, you went to church? Yeah, I went to church. And it's like the very first time that I went to church in a very, very long time. And it wasn't that bad. I was sitting up there in the booth, basically helping my brother do the audio and record the show. And for me, I went to college for that shit. Like actually doing the audio and messing with the soundboard and stuff. That's all me. And playing around with the big ass video camera, because they have like $1,000 video camera. And I'm like, dude, I have no problem just sitting up there and enjoying the like the overall like service. That I wasn't really like listening 100% to the service, but actually sitting back and watching and playing with like the technology and the sound and making sure the show was being recorded. That is what I enjoy. That's what I want to do for a living. That's what I can see myself doing, is audio engineering type stuff. And at the end of the day, like I said, that was something I haven't done in a long time since I was in college. And it just brought back a lot of memories of being in college and enjoying what I went to college for. And that's like, my skills were coming out. And like I said, it was all about hanging out with the family. So if you don't have any friends or family that hang around, try to go to like a shelter or go somewhere, man, and enjoy because, like I said, I know how it is to have no friends, no family around. I went through it 1 year, and I was like, nah, I'm not dealing with this again. It makes you really depressed. Really, people get fucking depressed because you're not around. And I think if you're a really good friend of somebody, it's great just to be like, yo, Jimmy, yo, Dan, Dan, you want to come over to my house? Because you don't have nobody to hang around. You can come to my house. We have a table where you can sit at. You can have some food. You can grub. And you can shoot the shit with us. And that dude would probably appreciate it more than you ever would. I remember when I was younger, living in this old, ruddy apartment. And my family, I guess, compared to everybody else in that apartment complex, my parents worked. And a lot of these people were on like social welfare and lower class. I remember the neighbor had no food, and I think she was like an adopted parent, so she adopted kids. And my parents actually invited the lady over, and this lady was like, I can't come over to your house. I feel like not great. I don't feel it's right that I come and intrude on your family. But what the lady did, she said, if you can give me some food, I will take it back and give it to the kids. And she gave it to the kids that she had adopted. And I think that was very smart and very nice that she did that. But we offered her a seat at our table. Even though we didn't really know her, it's only one of those type of people. You see your neighbor and you might say, hey, what's up, Jimmy? And they go, hey, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm okay. And that's it. You pass it by. But man, you always got to look at the holidays. Holidays could be the best time of your life, where you have your significant other, you have your kids, or it could be the worst time of your life where you're out of a job, no place to go. That's when you're very, very depressed. That's why I try to stress out and try to tell you guys it's all about hanging with the family. I don't care if I have a Christmas tree. I don't care if I get 50 gifts. It's all about, like, I had a friend recently, and she's like, how's your Christmas tree? I'm like, I didn't get one. She was like, wait, what? You don't have a Christmas tree? You didn't decorate a tree? I'm like, dude, it's all about hanging with the family. I love when the family comes together and you just hang out. I think that's a very enjoyable thing. That's why I wish this time of year, because it's funny, all the times I've ever dated someone in my entire life, I've never dated someone around Christmas. It's always, I dated them in January, and we always break up before Christmas. So I think if I had a significant other, like a girlfriend around Christmas, it would be phenomenal. It would be phenomenal because you have that loved one there. And when you have a significant other, that's love that your parents, your friends cannot give you. And y'all know what I'm talking about, baby. When you get into the bedroom, it's love. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I'm going to cherish my family time and just hang out. We'll probably hang out and play some video games because I know my brother and his in-laws and stuff, they're big into gaming. So we'll probably just shoot the shit and start playing some games. And I love doing that. I love sitting back, playing some games, just hanging out. I'm talking about like Xbox games and stuff. But at the end of the day, just have fun. If you're going to drink responsibly. Don't chug out a big-ass wine bottle and get smashed and drive home and kill yourself. Be responsible if you're drinking and driving, because a lot of people do drink on Christmas. They drink a lot of eggnog with rum in it. And one thing I do love about the holidays, especially this time of year, a lot of people think it's time to give back. They'll give money to the homeless. They'll go help at food shelters. You see this, but why is it only on Christmas, man? You don't see this in January. You don't see this in the summertime. People giving back. And that's the thing. I wouldn't love to be homeless, but I'm saying if I was homeless, I would love for someone to give back, to help me out, to make me feel better, because I know the struggle it was when I had nobody around that one holiday. But I love how people do give back, and do enjoy each other's company. And if you see somebody, like I said, going to that little holiday, little light thing we had in town where we could see the Christmas lights, and random people, even kids, adults, they were just standing around saying, hey, Merry Christmas, have a great one, hopefully you and your family are great. That made me feel good, hearing it from somebody I don't even know. But that's just what I wanted to portray in this podcast, that, man, just enjoy the family time. Don't worry if you don't get a lot of gifts. Just do you, and do you the best of your ability. Make your 2016 better than your 2015. Make sure you step your game up and you accomplish something, so when the holidays come, you have stuff to give back, or you have money, because you don't want to be in the same rut you are now. If you're hurting, you're struggling, step your game up and make something of yourself. Don't rely on other people to try to help you out. If you want to make something of yourself, do it, because it's called grind, baby. You have to get up off your ass and make something of yourself. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do that in my 2016. Trying to make my 2016 better than it's ever been. Trying to get a really nice job. Trying to get my shit together. Trying to always grow my YouTube channel, grow my podcast. Trying to just to get my shit out there so people enjoy it. And I'll say this. I'm trying to make a nice Christmas video for you guys, and I'm putting more effort into the vlog to try to make it something that I don't think is going to go viral or get a lot of views, but I'm just trying to make something that you guys would enjoy. So, as always, I'm Trevor. This has been another episode of Shooting the Shit Podcast. I know it's not the usual 30 minutes, but I just thought I would give you something so you guys can enjoy the holidays and sit back and relax, because it's not all about being brutal and being crazy and not showing your emotion. It's about, you gotta once in a while live your life. And if you have a kid, let your kid know that you love them, that you're there for them at the holidays. I don't have a kid, so I don't know how it is to see your little daughter, your little son running up to you, Daddy, Daddy, Santa Claus came, look what he bought me. I don't know how that feels. I know what it looks like when I see my niece and nephew do that to my dad, to my brother. But I will never understand the bond that people have between their son and their daughter. I will never understand that until I have my own kids. And if I don't have kids, I'll never experience that. Because from what I hear from, like, my buddy Dan, he always talks, like, when he talks about his kid, and it makes me think about it, because he's always like, when he sees his kid, like, my boy Dan is like a big metalhead, a big alpha male, like a big FU kind of guy, and when he talks about seeing his kid, you can see him, he really cherishes the moment, and really loves the fact that he gets to see his kid, and he has the time to spend with him for the holidays. Same thing with my brother. Like, when I see him interacting with his kids, you can see him go from being like, I'm a jerk, I'm a loudmouth, to a very nice, soothing kind of person. Because kids bring smiles to your faces. You know, this might sound weird to a lot of people, but because I've never had kids and I was never really around kids, and when I went to date this girl, she said she had a kid, and I was honestly like nervous and scared to be around her and her kid. And you guys might be asking, why would you be scared of kids? I didn't really know how to react around a kid, you know. If you're not around kids your whole life, like little kids, you really don't know how to react or what to do. And I felt like a loser because of that. And the girl was like, you're actually pretty good with kids. I've always been told I would be like a badass father. They're like, yeah, you'd be teaching your kids how to play guitar. They'd be the next YouTuber. You would just be a great father overall. And I was like, I think I would be, but until I dated that one person, I never understood really kids. Like, I always see my niece and nephew a little bit, but I was never around them as much as I was around this one person and her kid. And I seen how, like, when I would go to the park and they would go to the park and we'd just play around and play football and just just mess around. Kids enjoy that stuff. They don't enjoy you talk like grown-up stuff. They enjoy you interacting with them. Could I have easily have been standoffish and sat down and go, I only want to date the mother and not worry about the kid. I could have been like that, but like I said, for all you parents out there, make sure your kids know that you love them and it is a great holiday for them. Make sure they know that family is the most important thing out of this whole holiday cycle, because once we go into January and back in the February and March, holiday season is over, baby. Holiday season isn't around, really. And there's only one thing that is a goal in mind. I don't know if I've ever said this. My dad, he wants to go to Ireland so bad. It's like a dream. He dreams about it, and it's like he calls it like a fantasy, like will never happen. And I tried to talk to him about it, saying, if I buy a ticket, would you go on a vacation with me over to Ireland? And it's not just a trip. It's like once in a lifetime thing for him. I know he's getting up in age, and I put in all my money and everything to make that shit happen. And don't get me wrong, I would love to see Ireland or Scotland or something like that, but it's more about achieving a goal that he has. When your parents they say, hey Jimmy, hey Trevor, hey Joe, you want to go to Disneyland, you want to go to Disney World, and they take you there and you're excited. They do that because you want to go. And I've always thought, because my dad raised me my whole life, he made me the man that I am, and it's only right for me to put money away to do something great for him, because I know that would mean the world to him. And like I said, family is everything to me, and I don't know if I've ever told you guys that that's what my dad wants to do, but I know it's an expensive trip. Don't get me wrong. It's like a $2,000 trip for just the plane tickets alone. And it's just something that I think would be amazing. Because, yeah, I'd probably vlog it, or maybe not even vlog it for YouTube, but vlog it so he has the memories and I have the memories of doing that. Because we went to the Bahamas together, and that was an okay experience. But his overall goal is to go to that country. I don't know what it is about it, but he's always kind of fascinated about it. So when someone wants to do something bad enough, you try to make their goal a reality and make it happen. So he's always giving me stuff, made my life good. So I just wanted to say, hey, I want to give back to him. But at the end of the day, guys, I want to say this: have a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, and remember, guys, this is Shooting the Shit podcast, where I just shoot the shit and talk and speak what's on my mind. So if you guys ever want to shoot the shit with me, post some comments in the comment section below this podcast, and I'll definitely talk to you guys, because that's what the comment section is for. Or I'll answer some questions in the next podcast, because I always love making these podcasts so you guys know that the holidays and you're not alone, because some people might be alone. Some guys might be sitting in their house right now listening to the podcast and going, that Trevor dude, he's really speaking the truth. He hit me right here in my heart, baby. And I'm like, yeah, I probably did. But we're going to roll the outro, and I'm out of here. Oh, and the song that I play for the outro, I don't know, it just gives me chills. Music gotta give you chills, baby.